Yeah, one of the things that's been so fascinating is that almost every round of primaries and caucuses that has affected the candidate's standing among voters nationwide. Newt Gingrich obviously was the leader in national polls more than 2 weeks ago after he won the South Carolina primary. That was 2 weeks ago. The race tightened after that. Gingrich and Mitt Romney were running neck and neck nationally. Then Romney jumped back into the lead, boosted by his primary victory in Florida a week ago. He still has a double-digit advantage. Electability, though, is a big issue in this Republican presidential race. Take a look at another national poll. President Obama comes out ahead of Mitt Romney when registered voters nationwide were asked whom they'd vote for if the election were held today. Does Newt Gingrich do any better? No, he does worse, trailing a little farther behind the president than Mitt Romney. The Romney campaign took issue with that latest poll. But it was interesting when we asked you guys earlier how many think this may actually go all the way to the convention. I think Roland was the only one who said it will. When do you see somebody dropping out?
I think March 6th, Super Tuesday, that's the big one. I mean, the next several states, here how it goes. Romney probably has a bad night tonight. He gives Santorum a chance. Then the next two states you go to, Arizona and Michigan, are probably going to be very good states for Mitt Romney. That takes you to March 6th. 10 states vote that night, the night that Newt is hoping for a Southern strategy. Here's the problem with it. There's only 2 Southern states that he's competing in out of 10. Virginia's on, but Newt didn't make the ballot. So the 2 Southern states that he's competing in are going to be Georgia and Tennessee. You've got other states that are non-Southern, and I don't even accept that Newt necessarily is a winner in the Southern states. He has to fight for it. So I think after March 6th, either Newt has to drop or Santorum has to drop if a conservative, viable opponent can emerge to take on Mitt Romney. That's the key date, March 6th.
After March 6th, there are 34 other states left to vote. I mean, so I understand the point there, but you still have Texas, you have Illinois, you have New York, you have Pennsylvania, you have Indiana, North Carolina. You have other states there. And so I just don't see with Newt Gingrich absolutely. Look, the guy has shown us he can run with no money. So let's not act like, you know, if he has no money, he's going to drop out. He could, with his ego, he'll keep saying, I'll go. Santorum has evangelicals backing him. We might see in Minnesota how they are all of a sudden using their infrastructure to keep him going. And Ron Paul, his folks are going nowhere. And so I think it goes on after March 6th. I think all 4 stay in.
I believe that the Republicans will close this down sometime after April 3rd, after Texas, and again, late on in April, when you have New York and Pennsylvania and some of the other large states. Look, you can run a campaign without money, but you need media. You need other forms of momentum.
Debate, some of that stuff.
Absolutely, and there's only one debate this month in February.
And you need one contest a night instead of 10 on one day or 5 on one day.
Yeah, we have 3 tonight.
I think when we stretch it out further, my sense is it's going to be a while before anyone drops out next. My guess would be that Santorum would be before Gingrich, because when you look at the states, Gingrich has Texas that he thinks he can win in. The governor has endorsed him. He's got a lot of the state legislatures that is backing him. So, yeah, the governor is no fan of Mitt Romney, so he thinks he can drag this out. I'm not sure Santorum can sustain himself as long as Gingrich running a live-off-the-land campaign.
Right.
Can either of them sustain themselves? Probably not over the long haul, but can they keep Mitt Romney from getting to 1144?
Yeah.
That's what they want.
That's why tonight is so important to Rick Santorum. Let's say he wins Minnesota and let's say he wins Missouri. He needs to create a springboard. He needs to convince conservatives, I'm the only one who can stop Mitt Romney. Tonight's his chance to get that springboard.
Yeah, lots to watch for, Wolf.